Now, I started out with the good news.
Oh.
So we're going to have a series of, stories that connotate probably bad news.
Jonas, kick Vash out right now.
No, I need Vash.
We had good news. I was happy.
We did have good news.
Why?
I was happy too. And I was happy, culture, at the happiest place on earth.
Oh.
Unfortunately, somebody wasn't very happy and brought their unhappiness with them in the form of a very creepy little doll. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Disneyland News Today right here, providing this story. Ben and Jerry's co-founder was behind, remember Hiroshima doll in It's a Small World at Disneyland. This is by Shanice. If you don't know, there was an incident. This was very interesting to research because I had seen the viral TikTok video of the gal bringing in this doll here near around the 80th anniversary of that, horrible event that occurred during World War II involving Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I don't know how much I can actually say on YouTube, so
we probably don't actually have to describe the event. I think everybody knows what happened there.
Gotcha. Okay. And you can see right here, this is the gal. I want to go ahead and let me see if we have audio. I think we do.
Okay, someone who worked here did just ask what the deal was, but Nico has a story, and he's like, I'm glad you have a story because some people don't. We got this, girl. Look at this castle. Come on.
Okay, as you can see, there's a doll that was brought in to Disneyland, and there's no restrictions on actually doing that. The restriction, though, is, setting that doll up on a Disney attraction. And that's what happened in this case. This doll was taken into Disneyland, and then it was placed inside It's a Small World. And at the time, it was like, that's something, but I don't know. Is that does it rise to the level of that Park Place? Well, now it definitely does. Here you go. Ben and Jerry's co-founder behind this event, part of his new Up in Arms campaign against the U.S. weapons budget. Okay. The doll was spotted on the classic Disney ride on Sunday, August 3rd, a few days before the 80th anniversary of the 1945 Hiroshima bombings by the United States, as images and the videos of the doll went viral. TikTok user Mama Wahwa, I believe, revealed herself as a guest who had brought this doll into the park and placed it on the ride. In a statement to Walt Disney World News Today, she said that she was involved with the Up in Arms campaign, explaining the reasoning behind the doll's placement. Yes, we put the Japanese doll that said, remember Hiroshima, onto the It's a Small World ride at Disneyland. Why? Because it's the 80th anniversary, and you can see right here what they're saying their purpose was. And the reason why I'm not going to read that is...
It's fine because she's making a liberal progressive statement, so therefore it's not a problem. That's the basic gist I get from this story. If it was anything right-wing, they would have kicked her out of the park. They probably would have trespassed her. Did she trespass?
She actually should lose privileges to enter the park at all with doing something like that. You are not allowed to engage with attractions in any way. So this is a complete violation of policy.
Right. So
absolutely,
it essentially has gone in and changed the attraction here, which is something that should not be allowed in any way. So
yes, and the video here, it's interesting you say that, Jonas, because I just want to answer your point. She was escorted off Disney property. Don't know if she was trespassed permanently, but go ahead.
Well, when it comes down to it, this is a place where, by the way, a children's attraction. So if you're making a protest to adults, that's okay. I'm not saying that you should do that, but Hiroshima was a long time ago. I don't think anyone is calling for another one anywhere in here. In fact, I think that pretty much the fact that it happened is the reason it doesn't need to happen again. So no one is calling for this. So all that she's doing is trying to make herself feel better. And as far as, I forget if it's Ben or Jerry, which one of the chubby hubbies that it is, I'm not actually calling them chubby, although they are ice cream salesmen. So maybe
they actually are pretty. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, never trust an ice cream salesman who's skinny. My goodness. Anyhow, I think that at some point you run out of problems and you start coming up with problems on your own. And you start trying to create problems so that you have something to complain about at this point. This is a this is a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. And this fella right here took a break from. I'm surprised he didn't manage to bring in the current president into the conversation. Maybe he did. I don't know, but just find something better to do with your time than ruining small children's vacations.
I would absolutely agree with
TDS.
you. Yes. Well, and here's the really insidious thing about it. And I'll go ahead and read Ben Cohen's response to Fox News on this. The whole idea of the It's a Small World exhibit is that it's a small world after all, Cohen said, obviously. You got all the children from all the different countries around the world being together, loving each other, and we put a doll in there that says, remember Hiroshima. I mean, that's what was supposed to happen after the bombing in that time. We were supposed to remember that what we did there and say never again, and we've ignored that because what they're doing is they're connecting this to what's going on in the Middle East.
Oh,
And
yeah, because
forwarding that cause.
the people at
with this.
Disneyland in California have a lot to do with the decisions of, well, I don't even want to mention the political leaders over there. Also, I think if the current president is going to go to any park, it's going to be the Florida one, honestly. But he's not going to do that. So definitely not something that is going to be viewed here in any way. I get it. Yeah, world peace, but trying to protest a ride about world peace by saying that he has a problem with the military budget. Now, if you go into the incredible government waste that is used on medical programs that have no checks and balances on them, he would say that that's a travesty. But yeah, the weapons program that deters people from attacks, yeah, that's the problem here. I'm sorry, I'm going political at this point. I'm going to reel it back in, but forgive me as my eyes roll into the back of my head that the attention you ordered up here, Ben and Jerry. My goodness.
I
ahead,
look,
please,
I haven't liked these two guys for a long time, and I'm glad they sold their company. And I don't think they've been good for anything for a very long time or for anyone. And this, and intentionally uglying up the doll. Thank you for that. This is something that happened how many years ago? Because I wasn't born. Anybody else want to raise their hand? How long ago this was? It's just something to stir the pot around, their world peas. And look, I like regular peas. You don't have to whirl them for me. But terrible joke. But look, it's not like anybody's forgetting. I mean, we talk about it every single year when the bomb is dropped. But here's the problem. What would have been the better solution there, Ice Cream Boy? Because would it have been another 100,000 Americans dying or tens of thousands of more Japanese dying than even were unfortunately lost that day?
Yeah, we probably don't even need to get into the decisions of administrations that have passed on so many years ago or the end of a war. Nobody's planning on dropping another one of these bombs anytime soon.
We are shrinking away from it. We're decrying it on the daily. I mean, and again, because of the things that are happening half a world away, we're lecturing Russia daily on. You don't even want to think about this, you sillies.
Yeah. All right.
It's very interesting. The park has been used for movements and protests or statements.
I know. I've seen people take videos of those movements, and you need to use the bathrooms, folks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There you go. You can see this story from that park place. Also, SF Gate. These were protesters actually outside the gates, but obviously using design as a prop. And by the way, unless you want to say it's only the left side, it's the right side as well. Occasionally, anyway. As you can see right here, utilizing or draping a huge Trump banner outside the Mark Twain. It's not great.
Yeah,
whatever statement that you
no
have.
matter. Exactly. You should not interrupt a child's vacation with things like this. Correct.
And that's the, keep the magic alive. This is not a place to prop up a statement or whatever. You can do that in the public square. You can't do that at Disneyland. These are people paying
Take that
a
over
lot
to
of money to bring
Knott's
their
Berry
kids.
Farm, please. Take it over to Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah. Well, that's Cedar Flags Parks over there, but hey,
Knott's is a lot more classy. Keep it classy.
Yeah. I'm joking. Don't do that at Knott's Berry Farm either.
Would Ben and Jerry's appreciate the manufacturing of their product being disrupted because of a political statement one way or another? Probably not. I'll do that at
They
Disneyland.
don't care. They don't own it anymore.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.